Vamos a aprovechar también que está video.com transmitiendo la señal internacionalmente para llevar un mensaje a la fiel fanaticada de la Federación, esta vecina República Dominicana, que sabemos que siguen bien de cerca lo que está pasando en el deporte de la
We're here with the crew of the YeTTi, probably the baddest truck, if I have to say so, World Cup, obviously World Cup finals. So let's just talk a little bit about it. What do we got going on?
Well, I got Nicky Notch came on board about 6 months ago. Yeah, about 6 months ago, and took over my race program. Basically, our goal was to come here and to go 699. That's what we wanted to do. And we were blessed to come here the other night with an easy A to B tune, and we went 698 off the trailer. 199?
199.
199. And pretty much all I can say, because you know how I am with interviews, all I can say is that we made 5 passes, 5 personal bests each time. We went from a 706 at 199 down to a 685 at 204.
Right.
So that's where we are right now. That's our personal best, which is way past where I ever thought it would go.
Yeah,
but I give that man right there all the thanks, because the program's gone leaps and bounds in 6 months, and that's because of Nicky.
We're sitting second in the field, which is we're trying to win the race. We're not really just concerned about setting the records, but keep telling them let's race the race. You know, that's our goal. We wanna actually win the class and give it our best. You know? Setting records is one thing, but winning the race is our main goal here today.
Remind us real quick, like the motor and turbo.
Okay, it's a Bennett 400. Small block Ford, bullseye, 88mm turbos. It's inline head, like Nicky said earlier. High port, trick floor high ports. You know, cast intake. It's got a Mark Mickey Turbo 400. It's got a Greg Slack converter. It's got atomizer injectors. Jack French is he's a big sponsor of mine. Metro Motorsports. Bill Devine at Bullseye. Who else? Nicky.
And you also the guys that hooked us up with the nice gear set in a pretty good amount of time.
Oh, Competition Engineering.
Yeah,
thank you very much.
Really nice
Competition Engineering, man.
Yeah,
they gave us a Lightning.
Polished gear set. Yeah, it was beautiful.
man. That was very cool.
Did you ever get a power number on it or anything like that? Any kind of estimate? Just because people like the shot.
You mean horsepower?
Yeah.
I think I told you last year 1900 to the crank. But going as fast as we're going now.
Yeah, I mean, I would say we definitely make more, at least to the engine. We've got to be making over 2,000 with the weight of it and how fast it's going. Not to mention we're fighting aerodynamics. You know, if you see his windshield on one of the videos that these guys made, I mean, the in-car shot of it, the windshield is pressed up and actually bent the support that supports the middle of the windshield. It's such a big windshield that actually pushed back and bent it. It picked up, you know, almost 45 miles an hour on the big end, you know, from the eighth to the quarter, and to pick up that kind of mile an hour on the back
that's a lot.
It's insane.
Maybe you could pick up like a Home Depot sponsorship or something like that since it's a truck.
I was thinking.
Oh, we got jokes. I think we got jokes.
You know, after this, I think my next step, we were talking about earlier this morning.
Oh, don't do it. Don't do it.
Maybe we'll go to
F450s
or 550s. Or we're thinking about motorhomes, tuning motorhomes next. You know, I'm a little bored now of the truck.
Hey man, if there's a motorhome at World Cup, I'll be back.
We want to do a motorhome next year.
Relatively the same as last year, or is it
same? We got
exactly the same as last
well,
year? Well,
thank you for asking. What changed? Two things changed. We have a Greg Slack converter, which Nikki was kind enough to get with and have a converter built in a day and a half. If you know anything about that, that's unheard of. That man came through big time. Thank you, Greg. He came through big time, and Nikki and him figured out what to do as far as building the converter and Nikki tuning it. That's the changes. That's all that the YeTTi has become, and the Recluse boys are here. So that's really what's changed this year. You know what I mean?
We got some awesome video from those guys. You know, helping us at different angles and stuff that we needed to see. We were having a little issue with the parachutes. And,
oh boy, did we!
You know, every pass we were going down, trying to stop a 3,500-pound truck at over 200 miles an hour. It was tearing the chutes off of it.
I had no gray hairs, but I have gray hairs now. That's why I have the hat on.
How was that feeling, man?
Those guys were recording on video, and it really helped us out a lot as far as fixing that problem. And then we got to see a couple things with the suspension, and little by little, we just kept creeping up on it, and it's been a blessing all weekend having these guys and just all working together, and all the support from the fans and everything like that. It hits you in the heart, it's just something that's
seeing it all come together.
It's a big accomplishment because it's a stock valve angle, 20-degree high port engine, in a big truck going that fast to the quarter mile. I mean, we did really well at Yellow Bullet going to the 8th mile, and we changed it up. We put a quarter mile gear in it.
Right.
And,
that was done. Yes.
We realized then that we were never going to make it the quarter mile with the gear setup that we had in it, and that's when we made the converter change kind of on a whim, throughout the week, and
Well, the converted change was done Tuesday before we came down finished.
I pretty much. I had
2:30 in the morning. It was finished.
I had it in my shop. I was taking measurements at 3 o'clock in the morning. By the next night, we had a converter, and we got in there and looked over the truck and fixed a couple. Been fixing odds and ends on it as we go along. And
I don't mean to cut you off. I just want to say one thing. Last year, you were the first person. You were the first person to interview me. Is that correct? In the links, you were the first person to interview me. I was standing stargazing.
I remember making a beeline for the truck.
Yep, and you came over and I saw your face and I said, son of a bitch, I know who that is. And I was like, remember I said to you when we stopped, I was just in awe. I was like, I can't believe this. And now this has just gone whole next level, and it's his fault. It's gone whole next level. And it's just, hey, I can't thank everybody enough for the amount of social media love, for lack of a better word, and people like yourself just coming over, man. Like, this to me is above and beyond. I had to walk away yesterday because I went into sensory overload. I just couldn't with everything going on.
Awesome.
No, and I'm not trying to act like it was like that, but it's just I'm not used to.
I'm definitely not used to it either. I'm kind of on the quiet side and the shyer side. So getting all these interviews is all new for me.
Yeah, and let me tell you something. It's like I said the other night. If you don't know Nicki Minaj, you're gonna know Nicki Minaj after World Cup. Right. That's real talk, and that's you know what I mean. And he deserves it because he's way too humble a man for what he can do. You know what I mean? Right. So, but getting back to the other thing, from last year to this year, the experience is just 2 zillion% above and beyond, man. It's cool to a whole nother level. And I can't thank you enough.
And we got you relaxed as a driver too.
Yes, very much so, man. Very much so. The parachute thing?
Yeah, I saw.
When we pulled the chute, what happened was the lanyard was wrapping around the launcher when it was coming out and ripping it off. Tim Essick, who's probably one of the greatest guys you'll ever meet with the copper Mustang, the 10.5
Brown sugar.
Right.
He came here Wednesday night.
Yep.
He grabbed the 2 solenoids, took them home, and came back in 2 hours.
Yep, fixed them.
Otherwise, we were going home.
Straightened out.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
We were going home.
That is incredible.
The rod, like you wouldn't believe. I mean, it was bent beyond belief.
Oh, it was.
He came back with it pinned straight, and it's been working ever since. And it's amazing that he was able to even straighten that out. I was like, Tim, how'd you possibly straighten that? He's like, oh, I do it all the time. Just take another bar and tap like it was nothing. No big deal.
And then the next day,
an amazing craftsman.
The next day, he broke 2 of them. So we gave him the one extra that he gave us. I gave it back to him. So it's, you know, and look, it's a great event. I know it's called Import Domestic, and Jason Miller, they put on a great
imports.
Dude, it is, man. It's all family. You got people coming over here with import cars that are faster than us, saying that's crazy. Do you know Ken Cortico Jr.? I went over to congratulate him yesterday. He said, no, I should congratulate you. Right. And I was like, congratulate me? I said, I'm out of my mind trying to make a truck fast. He goes, dude, I give you all the credit in the world, man. He goes, that truck is a bad truck.
It is.
That's Ken, but
no denying, man.
I look up to these guys, man. In the radio world, I look up to these guys, so it's like a great thing.
Yeah, if you want to plug anybody else, this is the part where people.
I want to plug you.
People go, don't do that to me because I'm going to forget somebody, and then
I did it last year when you did that to me. When you walked away, I was like, no, I can't do that. I had like 19 people. First off, like I said earlier, the Recluse Motorsports guys, I want to thank very much because they came down here, brought the motorhome down, helped us out with video that Nicki wanted to see.
Us.
With helping us and feeding us. Those guys can cook. And he's a stripper, by the way.
You always had that.
AJ's a stripper. Yeah. But to thank, I don't know who else. Oh, okay. The truck was built by Paul McDermott in Coventry, Connecticut. Outlaw Racecraft. He deserves all the credit in the world for that truck that he built. It's a work of art, and I mean, you can talk on it. It's a work of art. I know you see the body panels, you see what it is, but it's a 3,500-pound truck that can go that fast. How many trucks do you know 204 or 5 miles an hour?
Stock front end,
and I'm not saying that because we're doing it. I'm saying that because if I saw you doing that, I'd be like, hey man, that's a great thing you're doing, man. That's just badass to umpteenth degree. So I don't know. My wife.
Yeah.
You're supposed to say
yes.
My wife, Tara, thank you very much. Love you to death. Without
my girlfriend, Amanda Fisto.
There you go. Amanda, the crew chief. Who gets her job back as soon because Amanda, he can't crew chief.
I'm definitely not.
Doesn't work at all.
That whole lineup thing is new for me, but we're making it work.
He's doing a good job.
So where are we going to see it stop, or are we?
He's got to answer. I can't. I can't.
All the way until it gets down to a 0.
I don't know about that. I mean, I think in the form that it's in, it's just extremely impressive.
It is, definitely.
Yeah, you can take it, and people have mentioned, it needs a big block and this and that, and maybe it would go faster. But I think, for me, it's always been about doing more with less. That's always been my big thing. Is first thing I met Jimmy, I told him, he was ready to change a whole bunch of parts, and I said, Jimmy, I said, it's not about spending money. I said, let's see what we have first, and let's.
My wife loves him for that.
I said, let's just see, where we're at, and sure enough, we just going through, getting the tune-up perfect, and just.
He wants to know a time, Nicki. He wants to know how fast the truck's gonna go.
I can't really say yet, but I got a little thing in my head, but.
He said, check back in Sunday night.
Hey, good answer.